Hi, it's Pastor Paul L. Anderson here at the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, where we believe God's blessings never stop flowing. It is Terrific Tuesday. We thank God for the wonderful ways He's done great and marvelous things in our lives. And as we begin this week, we have to always thank God because God is doing awesome and wonderful things. Look with me today in the book of Nehemiah, the 9th chapter, verses 9 through 15. A very powerful passage. It begins to allow us to see the misery of the ancestors that were in Egypt, how they cried for God, and God heard their cries even when they were next to the Red Sea, how God displayed His miraculous signs against Pharaoh, how He sent all the plagues. But then after He has sent the last plague, the death of the firstborn, they now find themselves leaving and on their way. They get to the place of the Red Sea. They find out Pharaoh's army is behind them, but God tells them to go ahead. He tells Moses, "Moses, what's in your hand? Lift up that rod." Moses lifts up this staff, this rod, and it opens up the Red Sea. It is then that they begin to make their way, going through the water. The water was on the left and on the right, but God takes them through, puts them on dry ground. This begins to remind us that God will part anything that's in front of you if you just put your faith and your trust in Him. It is after this that they get safely across to the other side. Then they place the stones of remembrance to remind themselves and all of those who will come after them. It is at this place that God did a miracle. It is at this place how God delivered us. Then Moses goes to the mountain, Mount Sinai. God speaks to him and He gives him the instructions and the regulations as they should go forward. You know, God always gives us instructions on how to proceed and how to go forward. You and I just have to take the time to listen. He got Moses' ear by telling Moses, get away from everything and everybody and listen to what I have to say. God gave them bread. He gave them manna by day. He even flew in fresh quail. He gave them water from rocks. God provided everything that they needed, even though they were in a land that they knew not of. But it was a land that was promised to them by God. You know, God has a promise for all of us. God will open doors. God will feed you. God will clothe you. God will pre-adventure to say, allow us to keep wearing our shoes and our soul never runs out. You know, it's always good to know that God takes care of your soul and He'll do some great things for you if you only put your faith and your trust in Him. My brothers and sisters, always know that you're exceedingly and abundantly blessed, and God has a great blessing in store for you in this year of 2023. All you have to do is to remember to take the Lord with you everywhere you go, and you'll be in that promised land. I look forward to sharing with you again on tomorrow.
To sow a seed to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, visit our newly redesigned website, thefountainofraleigh.org, and select Sow a Seed from the homepage. Also, giving has been made easier with the new Fountain of Raleigh app, available now in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. Download today, select Giving from the main menu, and then follow the directions to complete your giving through Subsplash.
Thank you so very much for all of your gifts and donations that you've given to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship. We thank you for what you've done in the past, what you're currently doing, and what you will do in the future. Your gifts and donations helps us to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ, not only locally, but throughout the world. Thank you again for your gifts, and may God continue to richly bless you. It is here at the Fountain that we believe that we are exceedingly and abundantly blessed, and may you receive those blessings that God has in store for you.